Lost in Dissoteria. It was another typical day for Malaysia Air Flight 2100 from Mauritius to Perth. This was a common route that stewardess Amanai Manuchu was used to working.
This is your Captain Maximus speaking. We have ascended to 25,000 feet and it should be smooth sailing from here. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight.
Can I get you something to drink, ma'am?
Amanai thought that this was just going to be another easy flight until Captain Maximus saw something strange.
Amanai, please report to the cockpit.
Yes, Maximus. Do you need some orange juice or a snack?
Yes, a snack would be nice, but more importantly, I see something strange in the distance. Do you see that?
Up ahead, a looming purple dot continues to grow bigger in size as they travel forward.
That's weird. I wonder what it could be.
Maximus tries frantically to get in touch with the ground crew and attempts to avoid the purple mass that just gets bigger.
Maximus to ground crew, Maximus to ground crew. Can you hear me? Flight 2100 is approaching an odd purple mass. We need help. Please respond quickly.
Unfortunately, the ground crew lost connection to the flight and never did hear Captain Maximus. Flight 2100 was about to go on the adventure of a lifetime. As the mass got closer, the plane started to shake and the passengers began to yell. Then, all of a sudden, the purple light closed over the plane. The shaking continued for 5 minutes straight before the plane instantly evened out. Fog loomed ahead as Maximus struggled to see out the window.
This is your Captain Maximus speaking again. I do apologize for the turbulence, but it seems as though we are fine. Please remain in your seats with your buckle fastened until I give further notice.
Passengers began crying sighs of relief in the background. Amanai continued serving customers their drinks and reassuring Luna, one of the more frantic passengers on the flight.
Are you sure everything is okay? I hate flying. I know I shouldn't have flown today. Yes, everything is fine. We just hit some slight turbulence.
Flight 2100 continued flying for an hour before the fog finally lifted. Suddenly, Maximus could see clearly out the window, but what he saw was rather disturbing. An island in the distance.
Do you see that island? I have never seen that before, and I still can't get into contact with the ground crew. I'm scared. We're going to make an emergency landing. We need to make contact with ground control before we resume our flight to Perth.
Okay, Captain Maximus.
The plane safely landed on the strange island with no mishaps. Maximus decided to go explore the island and see what dangers may be ahead.
Amanai, you stay here. You are a woman and will not be useful if there is any danger that lurks ahead. Keep on the plane and make sure everyone is calm. I will go ahead and be back later.
Amanai was annoyed that Maximus didn't think she could help explore the island simply because she was a woman. She was used to always being looked down upon because of her gender. Amanai was a skilled fighter and very familiar with surviving the outdoors because her father was a commander in the army and was determined to teach his daughter all that he had learned. Amanai decided to follow Maximus without his knowledge. After miles of walking, Maximus heard something in the bushes.
What could that noise be? Maybe another human who can help us. Ah!
Suddenly, huge insect-looking creatures popped out of the bushes and attacked Maximus.
Oh no, Maximus!
Amanai tried to help Maximus run away, but it was too late. The insect creatures had already killed poor Maximus. Thankfully, Amanai was a very fast runner and she was able to get away. She ran back as fast as she could to the plane. Amanai quickly gathered the other stewardesses and came up with a plan to kill the evil insect creatures.
We must kill these insects, and quickly. The passengers must not know what kind of danger they are in, or a panic will ensue. I have a plan to kill them. Let's hope it works.
As Ammonai and the other workers began to form their plan, Luna lurked in the distance, overhearing that there was trouble on this strange island, and she instantly began to panic.
Giant insects that will kill us all? Ah! I must get off this island!
Filled with fear, Luna began running towards the island.
Oh no, the insects will get her! I will run after her!
Ammonai chased Luna into the island, but was not fast enough to catch the crazy passenger. Ammonai caught up just in time to witness a giant insect take hold of Luna and eat her. Feeling stressed by the day's events, Ammonai decided to take a smoke break and try to get her mind around the dire situation she was in. She hid in the bushes, puffing her cigarette, while observing the nature of the insects she was determined to destroy. As her cigarette began to burn, she noticed that the insects were greatly bothered by the smell. One ghastly insect was so bothered by the smell that he began to cough and gasp for air. Before long, the smell of the cigarette was no match for the insect, and he choked to death on the smoke while all the other insects ran off.
Aha! I know now how to kill these evil insects. I will burn my cigarettes around the insects to weaken their strength, and then we'll fight them to the death.
Ammonai quickly ran back to the plane, thinking that she had discovered the key to defeating the insects. She was running so fast that she failed to notice the log that lied up ahead. Suddenly, Ammonai tripped and fell headfirst down a hill. She hit her head on a rock and fell unconscious. While she laid there, she had a vision. A white light came to her, and she heard a deep and stern voice.
Ammonai, listen, you are trying to defeat the wrong creatures. I am the great Orid, and I know everything about the planet you are on. The planet is called Dissoteria, and the insects you see are the Dissoterians. The real evil on this island is Dr. Bersha Deiva. He is a human just like you, and discovered this planet years ago. Dr. Deiva grew up in a very wealthy family, but he was bullied by many of his classmates while he was younger because he always flaunted his riches. He learned to hate his classmates and distance himself from other people the older he grew. When he discovered Dissoteria, he learned how to create a new life and bred the Dissoterians. The Dissoterians are not evil. Dr. Deiva uses a machine that he invented to control the Dissoterians so that they will kill the humans that he has trapped here. Dr. Deiva finds pleasure in seeing other people die at the hands of the Dissoteria. In order to save yourself and the other passengers, you must kill Dr. Deiva. He lives inside a tree in the middle of the island. You will know that it is the right tree because it reeks of garlic and anchovies, his two favorite foods. Now wake up and go find the evil Dr. Deiva and kill him.
Instantly, Ammonai woke up and knew what she had to do. She ran into the island in order to find the smelly tree that Dr. Deiva resided in. After days of searching, Ammonai was beginning to lose hope that she would ever find the smelling tree when all of a sudden, a wind blew in her direction.
What is that smell? Anchovies and garlic! I must follow the smell and find Dr. Deiva.
It wasn't long before Ammonai's extra-sensitive nose led her to the evil tree.
Now it's time to finally destroy the evil Dr. Deiva.
Dr. Deiva was lounging in a hammock, eating anchovies and garlic, when Ammonai sneak attacked the evil doctor.
Wham! Dr. Deiva, you have been killing humans by controlling the poor Dissoterians for too long. It's time for you to die.
Dr. Deiva attempted to fight back, but was no match for Ammonai. Ammonai's father had taught her well, and she was able to foresee every punch that Dr. Deiva attempted to use. It wasn't long before Ammonai hit Dr. Deiva right in his head, and he fell unconscious.
I'm sorry, Dr. Deiva, but you are a threat to both humans and the insects that reside on this island. It is time for you to die.
And with that, Ammonai punched him one more time in the head, which killed him right then. The Dissoterias that Ammonai thought were evil suddenly became free of the mind control that Dr. Diva had used on them. As Ammonai returned to the plane, she saw a Dissoteria in the distance. The Dissoteria was not as barbaric as it had appeared before. In fact, it slowly approached Ammonai and began to speak in perfect English.
Peaceful greetings. My name is Karis, and I must thank you for saving me and my kind. The evil Dr. Daiva created us when he first came to this island over 30 years ago. We are a peaceful species, but Dr. Daiva used mind control on us and forced us to kill the humans that came into this island. We are very smart creatures and want to help you and your crew find your way back home. Together, we know that we can find a way. The only request that we have is that you quit smoking. Smoke will kill us instantly, and besides, it's a bad habit for you humans anyway.
Ammonai knew what she had to do. She smiled and felt a wave of relief wash over her as she buried the last carton of cigarettes she would ever own. Soon, she would be home.
The end.